Boom. Saludos, Alberto. Alberto, I really, really like that titanium Cartier Santos. Did you like it? Saludos to you. Okay, let me see. It was a beautiful Cartier. So we got that done. Saludos, Mike. Greetings to you as well. Greetings. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I like that Cartier. I'm a fan of the Cartier Santos. I'm a big fan of Cartier Santos, Alberto. It's a real. I mean, the size, the 40, 39 point something, 39.8 is a good size. Okay. Wow. Okay, and it fit nice. All right. So I'm like around in a good day. I'm like 6'3", 6'3", and I weigh like around a 239, 240. Okay, you think it'll fit me well? I think it'll fit me well. I use a 40 millimeter watch, so I think I like that watch. I really do. And the price sounds kind of reasonable too. The price. Okay, all right, and it's very light, very light. All right, let's get into the show. Wow, okay. All right, great then. Thank you, Albert. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, let's get this show going. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the Watch Market Update Show. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we are a public service watch announcement. If you don't mind hearing, public service, watch stuff, this is the channel to come and see it and hear it, This is the channel. And we are live today. We're live streaming. So if you're asking any of those questions, we are live streaming today. I ask all of you guys, not to forget that, we ask from you guys only if you can give us a thumbs up, and you can, if you can also subscribe to the channel, it would help us a whole lot in the algorithm, it will help us a whole lot. Remember again, this is a public service watch announcement channel. Saludos to you, Brit Boy. Saludos to you. Welcome to the show. We try to give you some kind of knowledge on what's happening around there in the world, and how the watch industry is behaving in prices in the gray market and all that good stuff, right, guys? So please don't forget to support us with a thumbs up. All right, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell all of you that we're going to be talking about precious metal quickly, and the rhodium price. Ounce of rhodium is $8,450. Palladium, the troy ounce, is $1,459 a troy ounce. And the platinum is at $1,588.48. Silver is at $49 a troy ounce. Silver, okay? Silver. And gold is at $4,027 a troy ounce, right? $4,027 a troy ounce. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about a few things that you know, maybe some of you did not hear on on uh, on Friday. What happened? Friday was a real big day. It was a real Halloween bloodbath. Halloween bloodbath. El Día de las Máscaras. Halloween, the witches, las brujas, and it was a big bloodbath in cryptocurrency. Crypto. The crypto market went down. It went down 170 billion. 170 billion. Unbelievable. 170 billion. It was a bloodbath. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the cryptocurrency market capitalization is approximately 3.7 to 3.8 trillion dollars. And on Friday, October the 31st, it was a bloodbath. It was a bloodbath. Went down 170 billion dollars. 170. So, to let you guys know what's happening with that. We are also going into the government, the United States government. The United States government is going on their 33 days. 33 days of shutdown. And it's unbelievable. It most probably is going to break the record that we had in 2018, 2019, that it went to 35 days. We have a lot of people playing that market right now. They're playing the over under. I say that it's going to break the 35 days, right? The 35 days that it happened in 2018 and 2019. It should break probably on Wednesday. But on this market platform, which is called Kashi, where it's about stock market marketing, and they talk about all this stuff and what's going to happen, if this is going to go up, this is going to go down, and people can bet the over under, and they have the over under that this will go over 39 days, under 39 days, and people have betted a lot of money on that it's going to go over 39. People are betting over 39. People are betting $120,000 to make $240,000 if it goes over the 39 days. That is in Kashi. So if you want to look into that, I'm not telling you to go bet in anything, but I'm just giving you the information so you know what's going on, all right? So you understand what's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, we how can I say this? We have this big company that has made money throughout the whole world. Throughout the whole world, and this company has deployed. This company, I need you to hear me. This company has deployed, over 1 million robots. This company has deployed over 1 million robots and they're replacing over 125,000 humans. We're talking about Amazon. We're talking about Amazon, the company that everybody, uses it to get, whatever, paper toilet, Kotex. You know what I'm trying to say, eye drops, because, we're lazy people, so we just order it and the next day is in the house, formula for your baby. You know what I'm trying to tell you, right? You know what I'm trying to tell you. But ladies and gentlemen, exactly, Alberto, gracias por entenderme, gracias. So, you know what it is that, now Amazon has put out, over 1 million robots to do the jobs of the humans. So the humans have been let go. There's no more work for you because we have over 1 million robots that are going to do your jobs in the warehouse, moving around, all that good stuff. And I got to tell all of you something, ladies and gentlemen, you have to start, you have to boycott. You have to boycott Amazon. You have to boycott Amazon Prime. because this is why there's no businesses out there, because nobody's supporting the piccolo business, the chico, pequeño. Nobody's supporting, groceries, whatever it is, paint, whatever you're looking for. Nobody's supporting that. And people now are, the world, this is what they want. This is the plan. This is the plan that they have for us, This is the plan they have for us, and it's coming. It's working to a perfection. It's working to a perfection. Saludos, Alex. Saludos. Gracias, papá. And people are losing their jobs. 1,000,000 robots, 125,000 humans have been let go. No more. Pa fuera. They're gone, because we are not. We're not. We're not stopping. We got to stop buying from Amazon. Let me just put it that way. We got to stop buying from Amazon, and we got to start supporting our local businesses. So this won't happen. This is what's going to happen. This is the plan. This is the 1% plan they have for us. They're not going to need us for nothing. And then the other problem that we have is, saludos, Thurston Howard III, saludos. The other problem that we have is that a lot of United States citizens don't want to work any longer. So since you don't want to work any longer, we're going to just put robots out there. We're not going to need no more Macy's department stores, Saks, this, that, because we have Amazon that you guys are addicted to. Let me explain to you something, ladies and gentlemen. To be honest, I am a big supporter of small businesses. I repeat that. If I have to pay 50 cents for something in a small local store, cheap or more expensive, I'm gonna pay 50 cents or $1. I don't care. I want to support that business. And I'm telling you, Square Business, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You people have accustomed yourself to buying everything from Amazon. I'm telling you, from your, Tylenol, whatever it is that you buy. Because there's people that get packages every single day. Thank you, Mike. You know what I'm trying to say. You help me out, guys, because I can't, because I'm going to get the Thunder Lightning Tower antenna, thunder, and it's going to knock down everything, And this this channel is, so I got to talk to you that way. But, ladies and gentlemen, Amazon Prime has lost, in the last, I don't know how many, over 125,000 subscribers, Papi. If you see the people that they, when they found out that, we don't need humans here no more. We do not need humans no more. We have these robots. They can do your job. You can kish. Kish means leave. You can leave. You're gone. Here's your pink slip. Goodbye. We don't need you no more. They came out crying. But if the problem is that you guys do not want to boycott a company that's basically finishing with us, it's finishing with us. Whether, we're depending on this. Like we're so lazy already that, we rather pay $3 to bring us to a house, one of those killer burgers, from the King, the McDonald's, You pay $3 to bring it to your house because you're so lazy you don't want to go get it, It costs you $10 the meal and $3 for the the guy that picks up the goods. You help me out with the words because I can't say it, And so that's how we are. Estamos en un mundo que, this is crazy. Humans are being replaced by robots. And ladies and gentlemen, we're being replaced by AI. Esa es la destrucción del mundo. That's to me personally, I'm not no ningún científico, no scientist, but that's the destruction of the world, ladies and gentlemen. Like I'm telling you, the reason this is going on, people don't want to work. People want to continue living off, free government handouts. And they know that. People don't want to work. It's the truth. Don't get offended with me, but people don't want to work. So this is why let's put the robots, because these people want to continue skip hopping around through life, getting handouts, ding, ding, that. you know, and no quieren pinchar. But you people, you must some way try to, there you go, Alberto. Coño, you're dropping knowledge, Albert. I didn't know you had that in you. Good for you. Judgment Day, papi, is coming. It's around the corner. Está por ahí mismito. And people don't understand that. People are just like, hey, man, you know, papi, we're being replaced by robots, man. So if you don't, you know, if you want to continue supporting these companies, because if you think that this company, that guy, you know, that guy is, you know, he's the chief and he's the one. No, papi. I told you, when you jump to something that the owners of the world like, they get you by your neck, they sit you down. You're part of us now, and that's it. You know, like the book face, like, you know, whatever it is that's big, they get you. You know, the government gets you. Yeah, I said it. The government gets you. I don't think you guys are gonna understand me. The government gets you, and you're part of us now. Now we take over now. They take over now. You go get married with your chick, that guy, whatever his name is. You know, Beso, you know, kiss, Beso. You know, Beso, that guy with that girl with the big lips. You know, you go with her. You know, go buy your mother and your father a $50 million house. You do that, but we take care now. We have this under control because tenemos que un bonche de, you know what I'm saying. You know? You know, so it's what it is. And these people, they, you know, pa fuera, you know, they don't want to work. They don't want to do nothing. Let's keep on giving them Amazon and Amazon Prime. And if you become a member or subscriber, you get free delivery the next day. You know, esto es para joderte más, para joderte, papi, porque no hay cabeza. Ustedes se piensan que la cabeza, you guys think that the head is only for hair. It's not for hair, it's for thinking, man. It's for critical thinking. And this is what's going on, my ladies and gentlemen. You know, I say one thing. If you guys want to continue, listen to me carefully. If you guys want to continue supporting and you don't want to boycott these companies, they're doing this to you, well, I got news for you. It's time for you to learn. It's time for you to learn how to fix and how to repair robots. You need to go into school so you know how to, you learn. You see, I'm thinking for you guys. I'm thinking for you guys. If you're going to keep on supporting that place that you love very much, that you get everything from them, from your groceries, that you don't even know what they're giving you, but here, you're buying it, you know, then you need to learn how to repair, how to fix robots. I just finished telling you that they put over a million robots to move around goods, you know, shirts, shoes, sneakers, guitars, you know, all that. So again, if your plan is to keep on like that, well, you better get involved and learn about repairing robots. You need to become a mechanic. Because esto es lo que hay, papá. You need to go to engineering school so you can get prepared for that. I'm thinking for you guys, and you guys are embarrassed, calling you this guy. I don't want to hear this guy no more. Well, you better hear me because you know what? Big Brother's going to get you. Big Brother's going to get you. Papi, they're finishing with all this. And the worst enemy we have, whether you think it's the best, and let me tell you, it does unbelievable things. But that AI, eso está acabando con el mundo. That's finishing with the world, man. You know, I'm telling you what I understand. And I'm going to tell you guys, all of you, this is all, what I'm saying is all allegedly. Allegedly. You know, this is what I read. You know, we have so much fake news and so much fake things they write down. And now when you see a video out there, anywhere, the first thing they tell you is, hey, man, this is AI. Everything is AI. Everything you see now is AI. And, you know, maybe you guys are climbing up in age and you think your life, you know, your lifespan is getting shorter. It doesn't matter. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on. Exactly. That guy That guy, that gentleman that works for Deputy Boxing Black Eyes, which is the young kid that I call him in a sweet way, the Puerto Rican Charlie Brown. Maybe he should go to a technical school to learn how to repair, how to fix. You know, that guy from Prime, you know, or his robots. Because papi, this is the beginning. You think this is just the beginning. This is the frosting, you know? This is the frosting right there for all of you guys. Todos ustedes que you're lazy, que you don't want to work, que you want to get a handout. At the same time that you want to get a handout, you want this watch too, but you want it for free. You want it for free. You want Thurston Howard to pay it for you. You want Mike to pay it for you. You want Alberto to pay it for you. You want Alex to pay it for you. You want Sweet Kid Kino. Well, he's right here next to me. You know, he's the one that prepares all this for me. Sweet Kid Kino doesn't play around, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, you know, you need to start supporting local. You need to start supporting local businesses. This is why this got out of control. Estar vago, laziness is so big that it's unbelievable. You know, no, I don't want to go to the store no more. I just call that place and the next day is there. You know, and you know who you're supporting? That person is going to finish with us. They're going to finish with us. You know, they know, papi, they got us all by los huevos. They got us all by los huevos. You know, they got us all. And it's every day. You need to start, you know, you need to boycott. I'm telling you, you need to boycott. You need to stop buying. Go buy in Joey's Paint Hardware, you know? Go buy in Cunningham's. You know, Richie Cunningham's from the Happy Days. You know, they had a paint shop. Buy from them. You know, they need your help. No, you rather go buy from these people to bring it to your house and your door. Every day you got a package, you know? It's the most terrible thing in the world. Groceries, bananas, your steaks are coming in by that. Lo más feo del mundo, you know? Horrible, you know? It's unbelievable. Pay cash to your local stores. Help them out. Estamos jodidos, muchachos, y ustedes son parte de la jodienda. You know? We're frogged up, and you're part of this, you know, frogginess that we have going on. You're part of it, ladies and gentlemen. You think that the watch business is booming, and I'm telling you what's happening, right? So I'm telling you that. I'm going to tell you something, and I've just finished telling you this about crypto, the bloodbath we had on Friday, over 170 billion, wiped out 170 billion. It went down to 100 and, I don't know, 108, 109, 110, whatever you want to call it. But ladies and gentlemen, you know, one famous banker, you know, one day he said these words, you know, he said, gold is money. Listen to me what he said. This famous banker said this, gold is money. Everything else is credit. And that banker's name, and I've been telling you this name forever, but I have to go easy with you people because it's hard for you. J.P. Morgan. That banker's name is J.P. Morgan. And you know when he wrote that in 1912, 1912. He wrote that down, right? Because he does, you know, they don't want you to see. They don't want you to see that gold is money and everything else is credit. You know, crédito. You know, we have over 1.5, 4.1 trillion dollars in credit card debt, papi. These people know everything. What do you think they are? So you're going to tell me that somebody said in 1912, I mean, the Ten Commandments said it, you know, y el gran poderoso Jesucristo. They said it, but I'm going to go to modern. That's modern, you know, la época moderna. In 1912, he said, muchacho, gold is money. Gold es dinero. And everything else is just credit. And this is how we're living, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, we have another problem because I take you to all these different exits so you in your mind can say, coño, es verdad, how the hell is the watch business going to be running? You know that place over there that's for the adults, that people will go over there and get $4 dinners, $4 dinners, $4 dinners, you're playing, they give you free drinks, Johnny Walker Red, J&B, Seagram, you know what I'm saying? You drink all day, they will give it to you while you were playing blackjack, nickel hands, you were there playing, and you got that $4 steak dinner. $4 steak dinner in the Riviera. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Those casinos over there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got some news to tell you. Las Vegas is dead. Las Vegas is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody can go to Las Vegas no more. They're not giving you no more $4 steak dinner. They're not. Now they're giving you a tomahawk that costs $175, and you gotta pay it. Las Vegas is dead, ladies and gentlemen. When you would go over there and you were gonna play the slot machines and you park your car in valet, it was for free. You would just give a $2 tip to the, valet attendant, and that was it. You know how much today a car costs to park in Las Vegas? Does anybody know? Give me a price there. Anybody. Las Vegas. What you do in Vegas stays in Vegas. You guys don't know, right? Because you skip popping around through life. To park a car today in Las Vegas, it'll cost you $40. $40. No more camping drinks. Before you had a special every day, come to Las Vegas and stay in the Caesars, stay in the Wynn, stay in this one, Circus. The more that were, looking tired the place, the cheaper it was the rate of the hotel, right? And you can stay in the Caesars Palace for $60 a night. Ladies and gentlemen, to stay in a hotel in Las Vegas today will cost you $300 a night. So they want you to pay for the hotel. They want you to pay for your drinks. They want you to pay for your drinks. It all became a business, like a big business now. There's nothing about camping is over. No. You want to come to play with us? You put there your 4 hours a day, and when you finish, that we empty out your children's tuition money. We look what you play, how many hours, how much if you were, you spent it, you won, you were over, you were under, whatever. They come out and make a calculation. Okay, the steak dinner that we gave you with the tomahawk, you have here like around $4,000. We comp you $2, you pay $2, Papi, eso se terminó el vacilón. Listen, there are tough times out there. Tough times out there, ladies and gentlemen. La situación está jodida. Ya no hay más dinero. Papi, there's no more money out there. This is why everybody, I don't have to keep on telling you no more because you've seen it. These people are not making no more content, no more watch content, no hay dinero. You know why? Because they're looking for other solutions. You know what I'm trying to say, Mike. I'm trying to make it a little cute for you, a little funny, but I'm giving it to you like it is. I'm giving it to you like it is. Saludos, Wicked. I'm giving it to you like it is for free. What I give you is saving you thousands of dollars. It's thousands of dollars is what I'm giving you. I'm giving you thousands of dollars of knowledge. You didn't know Las Vegas está jodido. Papi, there's nobody there. These people cannot depend on a whale coming in from Malaysia, to come with 2 big suitcases with, $20 million to play. They need the nickel and dime slot machine player, Those are the ones that are paying the cleaning lady, the chef, the playing cards, the casino, those are the ones they need. They need me, you, Sweet Kid, Kino, Thurston Howell, Mike, Wicked. They need those players because the whale's coming in to break the casino. The whale is coming in para cojonarlo. A jugar baccarat. $20,000 a shot. Boom. Tú sabes, they need, these are the players. They, keep this thing going. Las Vegas is a dying breed, ladies and gentlemen. Las Vegas está muerto. Las Vegas is a dying breed, ladies and gentlemen. A dying breed. So I'm giving you things. I'm telling you about Amazon. What's happening with Amazon? Amazon put over 1 million robots to work in their warehouses, and they took 125 humans and get out of here. We don't need you no more. We don't want you no more. They left crying. They were all crying and crying because these machines are all over the place. And I'm telling you already, if you're not gonna boycott that place, well, you better learn how to get a trade, how to be repairing robots and fixing robots, you know? So you can fix those people's robots and you can make a living. Because if not, tú vas a ser un esclavo. You're gonna be what they want. The 1%, the owners of the world, this is their plan. You don't know about that stuff, you know? You don't know about that stuff. You know, yeah, like I told you, in one shot, they lost over 125,000 subscribers. You know, if you're a subscriber, you know, take a look, see at it. I'm not here telling you what to do. And everything that I'm telling you is allegedly. You know, allegedly. You know, it's what I read, and you know, these people, what they put there is a lie. And now they tell you, they mix up with your brains, they tell you, no, that's AI. AI. The new thing now is AI. No, you can't believe that. That's AI. No, you cannot believe that's AI. Or you cannot believe this Charlie, whatever his name was. Or you cannot believe his wife, that she really, embraced the vice president too tight. You know, the vice president, that guy, the guy from Pennsylvania Avenue, the guy, the smaller one, the vice. Help me out, Alex, help me out, Not Mr. Pennsylvania Avenue, the other guy, second, I don't know, the one, Give him too much embrace, and I don't know what that was all about, but that's kind of scary, And this is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, Fixing a robot is a genius. The money is there. But you see what I'm telling you, Alberto? I'm giving them the lead. I say, listen, if you're gonna keep on supporting these gangsters, these cockroaches, then you better learn. You better learn how to do this. You know that? Look at there. I don't know too much. See, Dr. Evil wrote there, Amazon laid off 30%. You be, I don't know. This is unbelievable, papi. Everybody's getting laid off because we got a bunch of lazy people in this country. We got a bunch of lazy people. You see, Sweet Kikino, he's from the, from the underworld, but he works. He's straightened out his life. He learned how to pay taxes and work in the system. But no, we don't. We want to wait for SNAP. We want to wait for WIC. We want to wait for food. Stamp. All that stuff. Estamos jodidos, papi. La situación está jodida. Entonces, these lambones, these palomos, these hucksters, hoodwinks, flim-flammers are telling you, things are beautiful. Sure they're beautiful. Sure. Papi, Miami today at 5 o'clock, nighttime. Nighttime. Now is when it gets real good. Nighttime, 5 o'clock, nighttime. Estamos jodidos, muchacho. I know what I'm telling you. Estamos jodidos. Let me drink a little jungle juice so I can continue on with this, because I don't know this. Maybe this doesn't even interest you, We're being replaced, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to me. We're being replaced with AI or a robot. We're being replaced by AI or a robot. I told you about those people in Philadelphia. They stand like this. Ready? They can't have those insects in the world. Son insectos. Poor people, poor souls. And I care for them. But this is what's going on. This is the world we're heading into. This is, coño, gracias, Thurston. Coño, this is the world we're heading to. How am I going to tell you? I got to tell you, in a sweet way so you don't get hurt. Your feelings won't get hurt. I try to give love to everybody. I told you already what that gentleman, that special banker, he said these words, but they don't say that too much. They got to be quiet about it, right? The banker said, that banker, a famous banker, said gold is money. Gold is money and everything else is credit. A famous banker by the name of J.P. Morgan. He said that in the year 1912, the modern year, because 10 Commandments was saying already, 10 Commandments, and the people that were sitting in the supper table, all of them, they know that. But then they're telling you people that, crypto is the new thing. Mira, papi, 170 billion, the bloodbath of Halloween, the 31st, se jodió, and what they have, en la reserva de crypto, they have 3.7 trillion to 3 trillion. Out of that, 170 billion are gone. Papi, poquito a poquito se fue poquito a poquito, papi. Steroid, papi, steroid. You can't. Yes, I'm going to keep on giving you. This is a watch market update channel. This is a watch channel. But in order for me to show you, how does this guy get these prices? Pero carajo, am I showing you how? I just finished telling you the $4 steak in Las Vegas is over. You can't. No more $4 steak. No more free drinks while you're playing. No. That red Johnny Walker costs money, or that black Johnny Walker costs money, or JMB, Seagrams, whatever you want to call it, JMB, I don't know. It's over. The parking, if you play cards, you play slots, you park for free, ballet and everything. Today, a ballet costs you $40, papi. A room will cost you in the Caesar's Palace will cost you $60 because you were coming to play. No, papi, a room costs you 200 and something a night. People looking for better entertainment than over there. And the odds that they have over there, papi, they're wicked. You're not going to beat those people ever, papi. Every time you put $1 in that thing, they're making the cut so big that, tú estás jodido. Estás jodido. Estás jodido. Estás jodido. Entonces, todos lambones, these palomos, these spoof balls, they keep on believing, these cow tippers, possum kickers, tomato cans, crayon eaters, sandbags, crumb bums, they keep on believing. But these people don't have it no more. They don't have no more. They don't have it. Those channels you like to look at, they don't have it no more. They don't, ya no hay, papi, ya no hay dinero. Even this is dead. They're not going to continue giving free money no more. It's like, you tell them like it is, Achilles. You put $1, automatic, I got already 15 cents. That's it. Yeah, you're already losing. Exactly. Yeah, entonces terminó. And then you guys keep on hearing the same thing. And I got to keep on telling you these things so you know what's going on. But how does he get it? Well, because people are morons. They're going to ask you, so how do you know this price? Papi, la matemática es simple. How do those people over there in Las Vegas put odds on football games? Fallan. Because part of it is them and part of it is fixed. You understand me? I'm just telling you. I want to congratulate also the two baseball teams that played in the greatest World Series that I have ever witnessed. And I am 63 years old. It was an unbelievable World Series. So congratulations to both teams that participated in that big showdown. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Beautiful. Congratulations to both of them. So this is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giving you this, to, cut your losses. Let me cut their losses. But no. They're going to keep on. They're going to keep on supporting, that company, Amazon and Amazon Prime, but they won't support, the hardware store from Bill. Bill has a hardware store over there in Coral Gables, Aventura, Miami Beach. They won't support that one, but they'll support that guy that he's worth, I don't know how many billions, and he's also part of the, you got it or you still don't got it? Let me get a little some jungle juice because I'm getting agitated, Papi, these people all signed. They sold their soul. They sold their soul in blood, in ink. And that's it. Ninguno esa gente, they invented something, okay, now I want that invention. It's ours now. You're not going to control this. You're not going to control this because, papi, they figured it out that everybody doesn't want to go to the store to get a can of tomato sauce. They figured it out. You know? They are, papi. Listen, that's, I've been telling everybody, if you look on this forum that I belong to, a forum that I belong to, and you see what they put there, listen to this. I got a phone call for, to make it simple for you guys, I got a phone call for a Rolex Explorer, 40 millimeter stainless steel black dial. $7,900. People were going crazy for that watch, and they write down, what advice do you give me? Should I get this watch or should I pass, right? That's one. I got a call for a bluesy, two-tone, yellow gold stainless steel, blue dial, blue ceramic bezel, 41 millimeter. People were going crazy for that watch. What do you guys advise me? Now, es al revés. Now they're asking for advices to people like Tom, Dick, and Harry to give them an advice what to do. Because it's going back to the watches que eran primordial, primordial. Daytona, stainless steel, white dial, Panda, black dial, Darth Vader. GMT, any GMT stainless steel. That is going back to that. I can tell you the watches. You want to hear them? There they are. Stainless steel Daytona, GMTs, Submariner stainless steel, and the rest, you don't want it no more. You don't want it no more. Papi, the forum is stacked up like this of people. I got the call. I picked up my two-tone Datejust. I got the call. I got the call for my Oyster. First time walking into a store. No history, no nothing. I got the purple Lavador. Se terminó el vacilón, papi. El vacilón se terminó. El vacilón se terminó. Every day that goes by. Listen, we make a study every day to see these Meshuggahs that they were pushing watches on you guys like crack. They were pushing watches on you Lambones like crack. They can't do it no more, papi. They can't do it no more. They're pushing it amongst themselves. Hype to hype. I explained to you that this month, some, I don't know, the 14th to the 17th or 16th, there's a big show here in Miami, Florida, and Coconut Grove. They're going to be watch people there, but they're not going to tell you this. They don't want to tell you none of this stuff. They're not going to tell you. But people are going out there to sell their watches. People are selling watches like you won't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a gentleman that has an old stock, old new stock. Old new stock. He has a stainless steel Yachtmaster 40 millimeter, sunburst blue dial, right? Brand new, fully sticker. You're not going to believe how much he wants for the watch. And he says, get it off my hand. Get it off my hand. Nobody knows? Somebody want to throw me a number? You want me to give you the reference number? You want that too? 2021. Old stock. Brand new old stock. $11,400. Yeah. And he says in the writing, get it off my hand. Cheapest in the world. He knows. He knows. He knows. He knows. He knows. Give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away. Like the red hot chili peppers. Give it away, La situación está jodida, monstruo. Monstruo. Esto de gratis. De gratis. I ask you guys for a thumbs up. It's difficult. Even to give me a thumbs up. I'm like a local business. I'm the local business. To you guys give me a thumbs up is like having arthritis on your fat thumb. No, we can't. We can't do that. We can't. That costs millions of dollars giving that guy a thumbs up. We can't. But this Lambón is giving you some information that you're going to go, coño. Coño, Amazon, boom. Las Vegas, boom. Papi, you can't go to Vegas no more. People got smart. The people got smart. We don't want to go to Vegas. There's nothing there for us. It's a ghost town. You know, like Lehigh. You know Lehigh here in Florida? It's a ghost town. There's trees growing inside the house. Trees. Ustedes no entienden esto, muchachos. Esto es grande para ustedes. This is too big for you guys. This is too big. I'm telling you, it's packed. It's packed. It's disgusting. Papi, I'm telling you, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And they know it already. They know. I said, wow, are we going to miss this bus now for the holidays? Papi, you got people. People, they're telling you. They're telling you what you should do, how you should work. How is somebody going to tell you that on January, and I said it wrong, on November the 25th to December the 2nd, you need to not go to work, you know, and do not spend no money on Black Friday. Y la situación está jodida, la inflación, la economía. Oye, no jodan más. No sean huevones. No sean huevones. Sean huevones. El vacilón se terminó. Ya aquí ya. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video showing the watch. I'm unboxing it. I bought it. The spring, this, that, the crown, boy, the brake. No coman mierda. No coman más mierda ya. It's been said. It's been done. Everybody knows it already. They got t-shirts. I'm a collector. But you need to get it smart what's happening in the world. Que no hay dinero, papi. The people out there están desesperados. Desesperados. Desesperados, muchachos. Usted tiene que ponerse para las cosas. You got to get yourself and put yourself in a plan. How am I going to attack this thing? Papi, maybe you're not going to see it, pero coño, have some respect for your other family members. Let them know. Awaken them. Let them know what's going on. Hey, what's happening is big. Papi, the world's upside down. You know what it is to get rid of 125,000 humans? 125,000 humans. Papi, look into it. Google it. Google it. The reason I know is because I read. I'm a maniac reading. I'm a maniac. We're going to be replaced by AI and robots. And if you're going to stay in that field and you're going to support that field, you must learn how to repair and fix robots. You know? Like fixing, you know, I don't know, a computer fixing robots. Un muñeco que se mueva, you know? Or unless it's you know, I don't know, an owl. You know, a computer owl, because they're going to have robot owls, you know, robots, you know, saluting the owl. You know, you have to learn about that. Tienen que aprender, papi. No se quedan escuchando estupideces. If you're going to waste your time, don't waste your time, you know, Power Reserve, you know, Perpetual Calendar, the Rota. Coño, you can learn about that, but first learn about what's happening, lo que está pasando, why the system is the way it is. There you go. My plan. Listen to what this man just wrote right now. My plan to sell all my stocks in January. Yeah. Yeah. And what do I get? What do I get to giving you guys this when I only expect a thumbs up and if you wish a subscribe? And they have a difficult time to do that. So imagine, okay, they're still calling, they're sitting in their house, you know, a Big Mac meal costs you $10. And they're so lazy, that's how they know it. They know already. We have these people are so lazy in this world. We can do whatever we want them. What do you mean, Timmy? Well, watch this guy. He's going to order a Big Mac that costs $10. He's going to order from that Eats, you know, the car that picks up the food, you know, right there, like, you know, he puts your Big Mac, your fries and your soft drink. And now instead of costing you $10, you're going to pay now $15 for that. Papi, we're buying Starbucks coffee that is more expensive than a meal. I want a coffee with this powder, put a little bit of this, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of whipped cream, blah, blah. Here's your Starbucks, $42. Papi, help me out, papi. Eso es lo que hay. Pero ¿cómo? How is it? What do you mean? What do you mean that Starbucks cost you so much? Papi, eso se terminó. And 400 calories. And then they tell you in their face, listen to this one. I can't live without Starbucks. Did you hear that? Ready? I can't live without Starbucks. Ready? Así lo tienen, papi. Así lo tienen. Así lo tienen. Los tienen enfermo. Los tienen enfermo. You know, that thing they sell in the, you know the thing they sell in the stores for the trucking guys. The trucking guys. You know? Estamos jodidos. Papi, no hay forma que le ganemos. You know, that other one too with the bull, you know? They say you drink it and you're drinking and and you're riding all night because I don't know, that thing has, the one, with the bull. You know what I'm talking about? There you go. That one. That one right there. How much that thing has? You take that, estás así, estás empericado. Empericado. You know what empericado is? You don't know what empericado is? Kino, no te metas. No te metas, Kino. Eso es problema mío. No te metas en eso, Kino. You're wired, man. You're wired. You're flying. You can't stop flying. You're flying the whole night. You're jacked, bro. You're jacked. Estás volando. You got one is called the bull. You got one is called the rock. Rock something. Star something. La gente tan loco. They go to the store. They go to the gasoline station. How do you want it? You want the powder? You want the little shot? What do you want? Papi, do you know what they're giving you there? Están adictos. Truck drivers driving 19 hours a day. Oh, you don't believe me? Truck drivers driving 19 hours. Alabama, New York. Boom. Llegan así. Están locos. El mundo está virado al revés. The world is upside down. Shoot me a thunder lightning so I can get out of here already. Shoot me a thunder lightning. Guys, I'm going to give you a watch market update. A que se vayan a dormir todos ustedes. Enough of this, Man, ladies and gentlemen, $170 billion. The bloodbath of Halloween, Halloween the 31st. Man, boy, they really know how to stick it to us, man. They know how to stick it to us, man. They know how to, hey, Zoe, they know how to stick it to us, man. Halloween day, I was with my 3 grandchildren trick-or-treating. Boom! Go ahead, papi, You know what that was? That was like a nuclear. It didn't hurt nobody. It just hurt you this way. Hurt you this way. Like guy, that Fink. That guy? Fink. Tokenization. Tokenization, tokenize. You know what I'm talking about, that guy, BlackRock. Esta gente son el diablo, papi. Son el diablo. Satanás. And truly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to start talking to you guys about leather straps, Velcro straps, movements, reference numbers, because that elevates your stress, Es la verdad, Papi, BlackRock, Blackstone, Vanguard, State Street, JP Morgan, papi, JP Morgan es una jodienda. That's why I keep on telling you guys, man, JP Morgan has to be in that ladder, man. They have to be up there, man. Don't frog with them, Papi, JP Morgan said in 1912, gold, everything else is credit. Y tú me vas a decir a mí que you're gonna come up with a new gimmick that's called cryptocurrency. Listen, there's no denying, there's no lie. The people that were sitting behind a computer back in 2009 bought for 76 cents. That's true. They did it. Those people, they're multi-millionaires. But me and you, we didn't do that. Me and you gotta get prepared and learn a trade how to fix and repair robots. Usted no sabe nada, muchachos. Usted no sabe nada. Usted están perdido. Usted están perdido. And ladies and gentlemen, the shutdown is getting every day that passes this week coming now is getting bien peligroso. It's getting very dangerous. You know, it's getting very, very dangerous. You know what I'm saying, Thurston? You know what I'm saying, Damon? It's getting very, very, very dangerous. You know, because they're gonna have to. These people don't have a problem. These people don't have a problem. If anything happens, they go to their underground city in Colorado, in Denver, Colorado. They don't have a problem. You don't know about that. 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 You go to Colorado, and have you ever been to the airport in Colorado? I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's one of the most spookiest airports I have ever been to. I'm telling you. I mean, salute him. Salute Diao. I'm telling you, this, probably like around 30 stories down there. I know what I'm trying to tell you. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, robots. Dr. E! Dr. E! Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. E just finished writing. I think he was stretching his head. You know why? He was hearing me, and he was stretching his head, and he wrote down this. He says, robots will be able to fix themselves. That's indeed, man. I'm telling you, you need to get a trade how to fix robots, how to fix them, how to repair them, how to lubricate them, lubricar. ¿Cómo es, Guido? Lubricate, lube, lubricación, lubrication, lubricar, So, thank you. You know what I'm trying to say. Gracias, grande. Thank you. Esto está jodido. This is scary, papi. This is scary. It's scary. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep on talking about this while I give you the watch market. Ladies and gentlemen, our first watch is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Stainless Steel Chrono Blue Dial. 41 millimeter, reference number 26331. 41, ladies and gentlemen. And this watch, ladies and gentlemen, in the Corona era, it was over $90,000. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. Thank you so much, Dr. Evil. Thank you very much. Thank you. Don't pay for that watch more than $38,700. You do whatever you want with your money. It's your money, and you spend it as you please. Like you spend it over there with Amazon and Amazon Prime, and you keep on maintaining them, but you won't maintain, Sweet Kino's business, as a floor installer. You won't do that. You'd rather give it to them over there. This is how it is, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a Vacheron Constantin Overseas Stainless Steel 4520. This is not the 4500. This is the 4520, the new release, new movement, a couple of perks here and there, a little better. 41 millimeter. Do yourself a favor. Beautiful blue dial. Blue dial. Ocean blue dial. The most beautiful blue dial in the business. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch more than $26,500 in dropping. Today, my elbow hurts, and I cannot give you many drops. And basically, I'm here working hard, and I got 21 lambones and 23 thumbs up because they come and snoop and run to the hills, run to the hills. So I'm not going to give you too many drops because esto cuesta, esto cuesta la salud mía. This costs my health, and I'm doing this for free. No. Así no, papi. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you an Omega. Omega, this is Omega, Speedmaster, an unbelievable watch, ladies and gentlemen. Omega. This is a beautiful watch, blue bezel. It's an unbelievable. It has it's a beautiful watch, the meteorite dial. And it has a blue meteorite dial, blue bezel, beautiful. And when it was first, you got it, my brother. Thank you, Dr. E. This watch went all the way to 21. Then from 21, it went to 18, and then 17 and 16 and all that stuff, right? An unbelievable watch. You know, the only meteorite dial, coño, the only meteorite dial, Aquiles, bravo, the only meteorite dial that really holds their money is from here. You know, the king of watches. The rest, meteorite dials, is BS. The only one that holds it is this one right here, the king. The king. That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Omega meteorite dial, Speed Master, you know? Blue bezel, reference number 304-304-435-206-001. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay. Anybody know? Nobody knows, but here it goes. Don't pay for that watch. Nobody knows? Don't pay for that watch more than $13,200. You do whatever you want. You spend it as you please. You spend it as you please. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about a Rolex Daytona. You know, unbelievable. Oyster Flex, reference number 126518LN, 40 millimeter. Unbelievable looking time machine, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. It has a blue dial, Tiffany blue dial, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you all, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. Don't pay for that watch. More than $92,000. You tell them that I gave you that price. And if they don't believe you, you go to this video and you cut a clip and you send it to them. Don't pay for that Oyster Flex Tiffany dial. Don't pay more than that. If you do, eres un lambón. If you do, you're a cow tipper. If you do, you're a possum kicker. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a watch here because a subscriber asked me for this watch. And I'm going to tell you the price that he's looking at it. The price that he is looking at it. We're going to be talking about an FP Journe. You know, Dubai. FP Journe Dubai Boutique Edition. Limited to 98 pieces. Limited to 99 pieces. Coño, no puedo ver bien. Unbelievable, you know. It has a green catarro, you know. Booger green, you know, booger green dial, booger green strap. You know, it's a booger green. It's an unbelievable looking green, to be honest. But I call it booger green, you know. And it's a Dubai Boutique Edition, limited to 99 pieces, and it is platinum. Ladies and gentlemen, they're asking for this watch. They're asking out there for this watch, you know. They're asking for this watch, $297,000. You know, they're asking for it. And I'm going to tell you, sir, I hope you're here, sir. I hope so you can give me a thumbs up, you know. That, at least you can do that for me, you know, at least, you know. You can do that. Don't pay. I mean, you're looking for a watch that costs $250,000. Coño, no sea tan lambón. Don't pay for that watch, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that watch more than $267,000. This is platinum, okay? You got that, sir? You got that? Continue skip hopping around through life like a rabbit. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex stainless steel Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeter Tiffany blue dial. Reference number 124300. You're talking about a $6,600 retail price on that watch. $6,600. 41 millimeter. You know, Oyster bracelet is the most. This is the beginners, you know, watch model of Rolex. The beginners, you know. Vamos a darle esto, $6,600. But it has that Tiffany blue dial and is up, you know, up to the stars, up to the moon, you know, up to the moon. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do whatever you want. There's people out there asking for that watch. Mr. Aquiles, they're asking for that watch. It's unbelievable. It's an embarrassment. They're asking $25,000, $26,000 for that watch. All day long, every day. Asking 25, 26, 24.5, 24. They're asking for that watch. It's an embarrassment. But it is. You people, like you people, the ones that continue buying from Amazon, are the ones that are making these people elevate and elevate and elevate. Because if you guys put a boycott to many things, se termina el vacilón, papi. It's crazy money. You know what I'm trying to say, Grande. They don't know that, but you know it. You know it. But the reason that it continues going up is because you guys, you know, the few that making it go big. If you will be smart and say, boycott, papa, aquí no hay más nada. Aquí no hay cama para tanta gente. There's not enough beds for many, many people here. Aquí no hay cama, you know? But this watch, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, because I'm stupid like that, don't pay for that watch more than $21,500. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. You imagine that? $21,500. And there's people asking for that watch. Seriously, they're asking $25,500. You don't believe me? You Google it. You Google it. No. AI it. You know, now they even show me a new thing now. I'm not going to tell you no more. Google it now. I'm going to start telling you, and it's not even AI. My daughter showed me, my daughter-in-law showed me the new thing now that you go like that on your phone and you say blah, 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 and tell me the price of the gray market. It tells you everything. You know, unbelievable, but it's part of AI, you know? And I'm going to tell you to use that, to look for there. Yeah? It's going to be faster than Google. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch, it's unbelievable. It's a Rolex yellow gold Submariner, blue dial, you know? Blue dial, blue ceramic bezel, blue dial, 41 millimeter, you know? 41 millimeter. It's unbelievable. Beautiful looking time machine. Yellow gold. Unbelievable. Reference number 126618. Bluesy, but all yellow gold. Don't pay for that watch more, and you want a full set. Don't pay for that watch more than $33,500. Eso es lo que hay, papi. Eso es lo que hay. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an AP. AP Royal Oak stainless steel perpetual calendar. You know, 41 millimeter. Reference number 26574. This is an unbelievable watch, papi. Unbelievable looking time machine. This is beautiful. Perpetual calendar, stainless steel. This watch was over $200,000 in the Corona era. And people will pay like it was a joke. They will pay for it. But I'm going to tell you, because I'm stupid like that, don't pay for that watch more than $93,000 in dropping. You do whatever you want. Reference number is 26574. Okay? 26574. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex white gold GMT meteorite dial. Pepsi, you know? Rolex, Pepsi, meteorite dial. You're paying $20,000 for one thing. You're paying $20,000 for the meteorite dial. That's the real meteorite dial. That's the one that holds. That's the one that has meat left in the bone. Not the Omega. Not the Omega. Eso pa' gilipollas. You know, yeah. We got a meteorite too and a Seiko, pa' gilipollas. We got a meteorite and a Tissot, pa' gilipollas. Aquí el que vale es Rolex. The one that counts here is Rolex. You know, Rolex GMT Pepsi meteorite dial. Unbelievable looking watch. If you get it without the meteorite dial, you pay $29,000, you pay $30,000, $31,000. How's that, right? But this one, it has the meteorite dial. You want the reference number? We're going to give it to you. 126719BLRO. Don't pay for that watch, and you do whatever you want. Don't pay for that watch more than $48,000. You do whatever you want. It's what it is. The retail price of that watch is $44,600. $44,600. Okay? 44. You know? You got to let these people make a couple of coins. You know, that's what it is. You know, you go there, you argue with them. You play with that number. You play with it, right? You play with it. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Patek Philippe Grand Complications white gold perpetual calendar 5320. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, this has a retail price of $125,047. $125,447. Reference number again. 5320. Unbelievable watch. What a retail price on that watch. Does anybody know what price I'm going to tell you for that watch? Grand. Esto es un aparato de reloj. This is a monster watch. This is not complications. This is grand complications. Nobody knows? Nobody knows about that watch? Don't pay for that watch, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that watch more than $52,000. And it is dropping. It is dropping. Every single watch that I told you right now, they're all dropping. You want to go to the Meteorite Dow, White Gold, Pepsi, GMT? You want to knock it down 1,000? Knock it down 1,000. I give you permission. 1,000 more, knock it down. It's what it is, papi. No hay dinero por la calle. El dinero maneja. Ladies and gentlemen, the grocery stores are empty. The grocery stores empty. My friend that he works in a bank in car loan department. He told me, he says to me, listen, man, we have so many cars that now we're using another building that has an empty garage of cars to put the cars that we're picking up to put them in there. We're talking about Miami. Miami is one of the hottest places to sell new cars to the people that live here. In particular, the Spanish people, Let me start with me, with Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans. They are the number one. The car industry loves Miami, Florida, because we have people here that they're working in a beautiful, humble job, making $20 an hour, and they're driving a brand new 2025 BMW 4 Series, They give you the first 3 months, you buy it now, and you understand me, in November, you make your first payment in February the 2nd, ¿Tú entiendes, papi? Lo que hay. Papi, I talk too solid for you guys. You guys are not used to that. You guys are not used to that. You guys, exactly, or Mercedes, the 300 series, paying $675 a month, You give $5,000 down, you pay $675. You get an Audi, Audi 5, Audi 5, Audi 6, Audi 7, etc., etc. You're working, listen to me, a job is a job, and I respect anybody that works. Pero hay que saber dónde tú estás. Hay que saber dónde tú estás. If you're working delivering pizza, which is nothing bad, it's beautiful. Pero ¿cómo tú vas a comprar? ¿Cómo tú vas a hacer delivery? How you going to make delivery of Papa John's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, Domino's Pizza, all these things, and you got your beautiful BMW 3 Series with the trunk full of pizza there. ¿De qué me estás hablando, bro? ¿De qué me estás hablando? ¿De qué me estás hablando? Okay, let me keep on because this is not good. This is not good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you a Rolex White Gold. No, I gave you that. It's a meteorite down. I'm sorry. I take it back. And I give you the complications. I'm going to give you a Rolex Sky Dweller stainless steel with a blue dial. Oyster bracelet, 42 millimeter, Beautiful looking watch. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's a brand new one. Just came out. The guy got it probably, told me he got it in April, April. But yeah, he wants to let go of it, And I told him what it is. And he told me that's what it is. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for the beautiful Rolex Sky Dweller, stainless steel with a blue dial, oyster bracelet, 42 millimeter. Don't pay for that watch more than $20,500. You do whatever you want. Papi, I'm telling you that you're going to be able to buy Rolex watches for $5,000. For $5,000. And all those pickups and all those BMWs and Audi that my friend has over there, in the garage, in the yard, all there, they got to go to subasta, ¿Cómo se dice subasta aquí, Subasta, auction. They got to go to auction now, and this, that. They got to go, Papa. They need money. They don't care. Ya no importa. Just give me my money. Forget about it, Take this thing. I don't want it. You know, get it out of here. La situación está jodida, muchacho. Está jodida. Está bien jodida. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch. This is a watch that I've told you guys many times. These are my last 2 watches of the evening, so you guys can go watch Monday night or Sunday night football, whatever it is, you know? So Rolex, and I spoke to you about this watch, and I'm going to speak to you one more time about it. It's a Rolex Yachtmaster White Gold 44 millimeter. Reference number 116689. White dial, okay? 44 millimeter. Rolex Yachtmaster White Gold. Un aparato reloj. This thing weighs, it's like a monster. It's like the brick of AP, you know? It's unbelievable, this watch, you know? Next, I'll give you the update, Achilles. You want that, I'll give it to you, Papa. I'll give it to you right now. As a matter of fact, is it gold or stainless steel? What you want, the RM005? Is it gold or stainless steel? I'm going to give it to you right now. So, this watch, the Yachtmaster 44 millimeter, reference number 116689, white dial. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell all of you, look at this. Look what Achilles put there. He put $21,000. He put $21,000. And at one moment, I told you people, don't pay more than 19. Don't pay more than 19.5. Don't pay more than 21. Then I told you don't pay more than 23, right? I told you all that. And I'm going to tell you today, because I'm stupid like that, I'm going to go back at it again. Because people that had these watches, they melted them. They melted them, and they made more money melting the watch and selling the movement, selling the dial, selling the hand stack. They made more money like that. So they got rid of it like that. And I'm going to tell you again, if you're looking to buy this watch, which I still say is good, if you can get it at that price, you can get it at this price. Don't pay more than $24,500. You do whatever you want, you know, because I have a lot of faith. Me personally, I have a lot of faith that gold, you know, it's just going to keep on moving up. Don't forget what JP Morgan said. Don't forget what JP Morgan said. He said, gold is money. Gold is money. Everything else is just credit. JP Morgan. Papi, those people are monsters. They don't make mistakes, papi. They don't make mistakes. You know, people made with that special coin, they did a lot of things. And then you got the other guy, the other guy that they pushed him to the front, the guy, the Fink guy, from Black, he's pushing, but papi, that thing is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants, dropping faster than Billy Boy's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be my last watch market of the evening. And I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you because I'm stupid like that. And this is another one, another Yachtmaster. Yachtmaster, stainless steel, blue dial, 40 millimeter, reference number 126. This is a brand new one. Brand new one. Brand new one. Don't pay for this watch. Don't pay for this Yachtmaster, 40 millimeter. Don't pay for this watch more. I'm going to give it even money. Don't pay more than $12,000. There's your watch market update for this evening. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys appreciate what I spoke to you guys about, because I'm telling you, nobody. You got the guy with the olive oil voice. You know, the olive oil voice guy. You got the military, trooper man. He has a shaved head, with a fatigue jacket on and glasses. He has an English voice. You got the guy from Japan. He's unbelievable, the guy from Japan, He's unbelievable. I will give him the best, absolutely. But anyway, guys, la situación está jodida. I want to thank all of you for being here. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you. Yeah. Peace to all of you. Like we always say, me and Sweet Kino say, take care and brush your hair. Congratulations to both baseball clubs, the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. What an unbelievable World Series. The best that I have ever seen. Los quiero mucho. Play ball. Chao.